Human consciousness is evolving, and with it, our orientation to consciousness, our spiritual practice. In this video, specifically, I want to speak about thought and belief. This is a dominant area of interest in spirituality and life in general. What do we do with our runaway train of thoughts and beliefs, often negative, out of control, can't be stopped? How do we quiet the mind and deal with the negativity that we experience mentally? Again, this is based on my own experience working with people and my own personal process. I want to give a brief history lesson to how I think this has been dealt with, which is two ways. One is which many spiritual traditions and teachings seek to distance or to create space from the mental experience, either by challenging thoughts, as Byron Katie would say, is that true? Can you absolutely be sure that that belief is true? Or by shifting our focus to awareness, that in awareness there's no negativity, in awareness there is no resistance, in awareness there's no judgment, and it's through this relaxation that we get peace of mind. And the second way, if we group those together, the second way is to form positive beliefs, to have a mission statement, or to validate oneself through positive beliefs, to imprint on oneself in a mental way. And I think both of these strategies have been successful in large part. People have used them for a long time. But again, this evolution of consciousness, which comes from an expansion of what we have access to, specifically into the felt sense of the body, of connection, of relationship, offers new opportunities. So the first thing to point out is that in both of these strategies, thought is related to independently. It's described and oriented to as an independent phenomenon, that I just have this thinking and it just goes on and I can't control it and it doesn't come from anywhere, it doesn't make any sense, and it's not in my best interest. Like my thinking is somehow an independent actor that's trying to harm me. And that's the experience that many people have, but I don't think it's fundamentally true. Your thinking, your feelings, your emotions, and the sensations of your body comprise your nervous system. And your nervous system is one whole unit. It's holistic. It operates together, which means that your thinking will always be a reflection of the experiences that you have had through your whole life, the life that is being stored in your nervous system. Your thinking is always a reflection of the energy of your nervous system. And this energy of your nervous system is a living vehicle for the entire life that you have lived. It goes beyond that, but we'll simplify it for now. The entire life that you've lived. So in this way, we're not going to relate to our thinking as an independent phenomenon. We are going to relate to the thinking as the voice of your life experience. Your thoughts are the narrator or the voice of your life experience. Now, trauma, by its nature, fragments the nervous system. It creates pockets of isolated experience that are not integrated, that are disintegrated from the whole. Over the course of our lives, we accumulate these pockets of disintegrated experience, and that's reflected mentally as conflict. When I experience conflict in my thinking, negativity towards myself, all of these other phenomena mentally, this is a reflection of the fragmented nature of our nervous system, which is a reflection of the traumatic life, the challenging, overwhelming, disconnected life that we have lived. So again, whatever the stream of thoughts, whether it's fragmented or not, it is the voice of our life. And if we want to change the voice, the narrator of our life, if we want to improve our mental experience or our beliefs about ourselves. We can't do this without accessing the whole nervous system. Or should I say, I believe the best way to do this is by accessing the whole of the nervous system. So in the nervous system is every experience that you have ever had. This is the fifth dimensional expansion of consciousness development that we are opening to, that the nervous system actually stores the past. This is why trauma was discovered, recognized in the 20th century, is because consciousness started to open and people could feel and realize that they were holding the past in their nervous system. But beyond that, at the fifth dimensional level of energy that our nervous system is the doorway to, the past is not gone. The past is here, and it can be either integrated or disintegrated. So often when we have thoughts, we won't feel how they relate. We won't feel the connection to our body because there will be a fragmentation or a gap between where our attention is in our thinking and what's happening in our body. We will be disconnected from our bodies. This is a function of how trauma protects us from overwhelming experiences. So in working with beliefs, the first step that I teach and that I work with is to align my thinking with the rest of my nervous system, which for me means that when I think, I feel my words and I say what I feel. So this is a practice. When I think, I feel my words and I say what I feel. I'm learning through this practice to bring my nervous system back into an integrated state. So let's take, for example, a negative belief, a core belief that you have had, and we're going to support this to go from a belief to an experience. Again, the belief is the narrator of the life experience, and what we want to do is we want to feel that life experience, that the past is alive in us. So if I say, nobody understands me, right? Instead of saying, is that true? Or challenging this belief in another way, we're going to listen to the belief. We're going to take it seriously, and we're going to feel it. Where does it feel like that in my body? Where does it feel in my body like no one understands me? And by inviting this, we are inviting the past that is in me to be felt. We are opening the door to the fragmented past to be reintegrated, to be re-experienced, to heal. So where does it feel like that in my body is also like saying, where does it feel like that in my past? When did it feel like no one understood me? Because the body holds the past, I can feel the beginning. I can feel when my beliefs began. I can learn to feel the experiences out of which my beliefs and conclusions about the world were generated, out of which these beliefs were created. And if I can feel the raw energy of this experience, I can process it. Energy moves. That's what it does. Feelings move. Feelings are a movement. So I don't have to get rid of feelings. Feeling gets rid of feelings. Feeling is the movement of energy. If I am feeling something, it is being processed. It is being unlocked and it's moving. So by feeling the past experience that we've had that's generating the belief, the energy is going to move. It is moving. If you are feeling it, it is moving. In our modern context, in the work I teach, what's even more valuable is if it actually moves and lands in another person. If it's expressed and communicated and somebody can feel that with us. This is really, for me, the cutting edge and the most important aspect of healing and expressing and transforming the energy of the body, and by virtue of that, the mind. But the most important thing is that when the energy of the body moves, the beliefs change. It's by expressing the past and integrating the past and resolving these pockets of stored energy that we have that our mental landscape begins to quiet down. The more I have an integrated, fluid nervous system that holds the past in a healthy way, that has digested the past, the more that I have an open, fluid mental experience, because they are one. They are reflections of each other. They are part of the same system. So in this way, our beliefs are actually doorways to help us connect to the past. Often, for many people, we are very aware of the thoughts that we have, but not so much of the feelings that we have. In this way, every belief, every thought is the opportunity to reconnect to our bodies and to feel what is resonating, what resonates in our life, in our history, what resonates with this belief. And each time we do, a whole life experience emerges, which is richer and fuller, which is more alive than just the belief itself. The belief is a description, a label of the life experience that we've had. But the experience itself is always carries more information, is fuller and richer than any judgment or any belief could describe. And as we feel this fullness of life, our thinking and our mental landscape softens to reflect how full, integrated, whole, sophisticated, and rich life is. Nothing can ever just be like this or like that. I am not like this, I am not like that, because I am the fullness of life. So as I've said, the entire life history is stored in the nervous system, everything that has ever happened to you. And it goes beyond this. There's a very beautiful saying that I like that Thomas Hübl uses. He says, "We will not be at peace until our ancestors are at peace." And what that means to me in this context is that my thoughts, my beliefs are not separate from human life. They are a reflection of human life. And by connecting to the depth of human life, my mental world changes. So again, for me, this is an evolutionary perspective. It's not that we stop relating to beliefs or thoughts, but that we actually expand the territory which we are exploring. We're not just here either trying to get away from our beliefs or trying to form positive beliefs, that we are exploring a deeper, broader spectrum of consciousness that includes both our mental world, but also the stored past, all our relationships, all experiences that are contained at this fifth dimensional level. And if you want to hear more about what I mean when I speak about the fifth dimensional level or about the evolution of consciousness, I invite you to watch some of the other videos on my channel about the dimensions of consciousness, the evolution of healing, and the future videos that I will make. It's, again, my great privilege to be able to express the very rich time that it is now to be a spiritual seeker, to be involved in healing, to be looking at oneself, because the technology, the capacity, the way in which we relate to ourselves is evolving at a rapid pace. And it's my joy to share that with you.